It's a cold and blustery day in Sturgis today. I'm about to head down to Deadwood and take a look at that historic town that developed over the gold rush that occurred here, I guess, in 1874 in the Black Hills, 1876 maybe, I think. That's when Deadwood started. Yeah, I'm gonna head down there. It's 1 p.m. now. Probably take a look around. It's the off season, so they're not gonna have some of the shows that they have in the main street, kind of reenacting some of the famous legends and shootouts there. But that is where Wild Bill Hickok was shot in the back. That's true history, and Calamity Jane and a lot of other famous Wild West figures had gone through that town. So I'm excited to go down and see it, and let's go check it out. There we are. Town of Deadwood. Just gonna stop by the Deadwood Visitor Center, take a look if there's any other information I need. That's what I usually do. The Chamber Visitors Bureau. Let's have a look. Historic Main Street in Deadwood. Pretty nice. They have a layout of the entire town here. So there's a Chinese community here in Deadwood. 1876. Pretty big one too. It's pretty cool.
Quick, grab your gear. We found another load up on Deadwood Creek. Let's get going. They say it's the biggest strike yet.
I guess you're supposed to see it from in here.
Did you hear? Wild Bill arrived in Deadwood Gulch last week with Colorado Charlie and Calamity Jane. Set up camp in South Deadwood.
Is that right? He was a lawman in Kansas, correct?
Yup. People say Hickok is going to bring law and order to this camp.
Not if I have anything to do with it. I'll see you later.
So far, this part's pretty modern. And this is a part of the new town, I guess, where they have casinos and resorts and things like that. Tim Lizzie Gaming Resort. And all the new hotels. Chainsaw art. Bigfoot. So this must be the old part of town, the historic part that we're coming up to. You can see the buildings, a lot older. So each of the doors had a different color. for the brothels. This is the green door. There's a purple one and a pink door. Historic brothel tours. The brothels here. Closed by the FBI and state agents. 1980. That's pretty recent. This is it. The original saloon number 10 where Wild Bill Hickok was shot. Here. So this is the place where he was playing poker. Got shot from behind. Didn't keep his back to the wall. Shot by Jack McCall. So the reason why saloon number 10 is called saloon number 10, originally, it's now the Wild Bill Bar, is because when you lay a claim to gold, your plot number was assigned, and this was the 10th plot. So after a while, they turned it into a saloon, and it was called saloon number 10 because it's on the 10th plot. This has all been rebuilt since the first big fire they had, but when I talked to the woman in there, she said pretty much the poker tables that are in place, you know, they don't allow video in there, but the poker tables are actually where Wild Bill Hickok should have been shot. This is the new saloon number 10. They replaced the other place. They moved it or bought out the name. Just sign on for Boot Hill tours. This is good because the bus will take us over to the cemetery to see where Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane and a couple other figures are buried, and they're gonna give you the full scoop on the history of the town. So it's 20 bucks. I think it's a pretty good deal because parking, like I parked at the visitor center and the bus will take me around. I don't have to go up to the cemetery myself, which would be, I'm not even sure where you would park there. So it makes things a lot easier just to do it this way. Couple of minutes, so I'm gonna get me an espresso here at the Pump House Coffee and Deli. She's pulling me an espresso, but this place is awesome. Love the way it's done. It's really nice. Like a garage style. This would be great in a place like Hong Kong. This is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Nice. All right, that was the perfect little espresso. And now I'm just heading back across the street, that hidden spot. A little bit of energy for the tour. That's what we're doing now. Got a minute to get on the bus. Hello. See Wild Bill Hickok. Alright, so this is the Franklin Hotel. One of the oldest, or the oldest luxury hotel in Deadwood. This is where presidents would stay. Got a steakhouse there. And they were the first hotel here with phone lines in each room. Pretty nice. William Adams was a merchant who made his money selling general goods to the prospectors and miners in this town who were looking for gold. So I guess he proved the point, becoming Dakota's wealthiest man, that you make your fortune not mining for gold, but selling shovels and pickaxes to the people who are doing it. About the big fire they had, I guess 1879. Yeah, September 1879, which pretty much destroyed the original town. And from then they had to rebuild the town. It's one of many disasters that occurred, but this was the major one, where they had to rebuild the entire town of Deadwood. There are actually telephones in Deadwood before a lot of other places in the United States. They were leading the way in technology. Well, here's a portrait of Wild Bill Hickok by one of my favorite artists, N.C. Wyeth. I like his illustrations. He's done a lot of illustrations for Treasure Island and other books. This is his portrait of Wild Bill Hickok. This is an original. Thank you. So I'm here at the Deadwood Social Club above saloon number 10, the modern saloon number 10. And I'm starting off with a salad, but they have what I'm talking about. The ranch, the runny ranch you get in the Midwest. See? It's much more runny. It's a much better ranch than what comes in the bottle. Yep, that runny ranch is good. It's the fresh buttermilk mixed with the seasonings. I love it. There's my steak. New York strip. Let's give it a shot. Very nice, tender. Grilled just right. It's a good steak. It's perfectly seared. There you go. Nice and pink. On the inside, medium rare. This is the second time I've had mashed potatoes in South Dakota. I have to say, there's a bit of a sourness to their mashed potato in South Dakota. I'm not sure if it's something in the recipe, like they put rhubarb, or maybe it's more heavily weighed towards sour cream. It's not as buttery as the mashed potatoes we have in the East Coast. It definitely has a certain sourness to it, so I'm not sure where that comes from. It's not a bad thing. It's a much more appetizing thing than having overly buttered potatoes. So I just asked the waiter what it was, and he did say it's because they tend to use sour cream here in South Dakota as opposed to butter as a base for the mashed potatoes, which I think is better. It doesn't fill you up as much as butter does, and it makes the steak and other parts of the meal much more appetizing.
Big wagon train. The biggest one I'd ever seen. I look up front and who's running that thing? None other than my best friend in all the world, Colorado Charlie Utter. You guys know Colorado Charlie?
Deadwood is a fairly diverse town from its beginnings. The largest minority community here was the Jewish community, and the second largest was the Chinese community. For an old mining town in the Wild West, pretty progressive. So Chinatown was in this location, and they had a lot of artifacts that they would dig up and find in this area. But yeah, for a Wild West town, they had, I think it was something like 300 Chinese people residing here. And the interesting thing is that Chinese people weren't allowed at that point in time to own any mining stakes. So what they did was, apparently, they owned laundries. And the reason behind owning laundries is that they could actually get the gold dust from doing the laundry of the miners. So that was a way they were making money.